Disclaimer: this video will have mentions of sexual assault, rape, teen pregnancies, and abortion and miscarriage. If you don't like that, then feel free to click off this video. Hello everyone, my name is Luna and welcome back to a whole new video. So today we'll be exposing a popular game dev that goes by the name of Mattabulous. He has about 800 subscribers and have contact with popular YouTubers like Danny and how do you say that name? Blackthorn Prod? There you go. He also happened to be my ex-boyfriend, in which I can say that I have a bias when it comes to this, because I hate him and such, but I think he deserves to be exposed for what he's done, so let's get right into it. Lying. So Matt is a huge liar. He has admitted to this many times, and it's not illegal, but the things he has lied about is like fraud almost, so I would say it is. He has lied about family dying for clout and stuff. He has lied about mental illness, cheating, and other stuff I'll get into. There was also one incident that he lied about, which is horrible, and I will explain that later on in the video. So when me and Matt first started dating, about 2 months in, he cheated on me with someone who knew in real life. He confessed to her and probably did more than that. They would hang out often, so I have no proof of him doing anything more than confessing to her though. He also lied about his granddad dying, which had me shocked. You don't lie about that. And I was really upset and yelled at him one day, and he yelled back with, "My granddad is dying," which made me, of course, be more gentle with him and apologize to him. I bought him a game to make him feel better and stuff, but then he confessed that it was all a lie, which obviously that wasn't too harsh, but it was still something to be aware of. He would also always talk to me about an incident that happened between him and a few friends. This story went along the lines of, he was out with some friends when a few older teens approached them and started stabbing them. They were then raped and assaulted, and the boys ran away. One of his friends died during the incident, and 2 others committed suicide, and Matt was the only one alive. This broke me to know someone I love go through that. It must have been horrible. But something wasn't right. Sometimes the story would change, and sometimes it was just changing all the time. So I started doubting it. But I acted like I trusted him, but in the back of my mind I just knew it wasn't real. He would have had more emotional scars than that, and where was the stabbing scars? When we met up, I didn't see any on him. It was just really strange, and a few months afterwards, he admitted that it was all fake, and he didn't know why he did it. I think this was just an attention-seeking thing, and it's okay to have that in some ways, but the extent he went to was horrible and cruel. He then told me he had histrionic personality disorder, which, if you don't know, it's when you're like obsessed with having attention all the time, which I can kind of get because I have like drags of it, but I highly doubt he has it. And I was a little bit confused over like having a personality disorder at 16 when you have to be over 18 to be diagnosed with a personality disorder. You can get like waves of it, obviously, but you can't be officially diagnosed until you're like 20. So I never really believed him. But he would act up and then apologize for it and excuse it for his personality disorder he had. He basically self-diagnosed, and after a few months he admitted that it was all fake. Breakups. After finding out stuff about him, I got really skeptic over him, and I would break up with him a couple of times and just to show him that I couldn't handle it anymore and he needed to stop doing that because it hurt me, and I kinda, in a twisted way, wanted to hurt him back for it. So I broke up with him like every time this happened. Was it a good idea? Of course not. I should have not broken up with him, but I should also have broken up with him when he first lied and cheated on me. But it actually feels like the relationship truly ended when he did cheat anyway. I didn't stop loving him though when I broke up with him, of course. I still loved him the same way, and it was my mistake to end something so good. But this was what ultimately ended our relationship for good. Pregnant. After about a month, I started feeling really sick after we met up. I thought I just had some food poisoning because I was throwing up every morning. But nope, it was something more than that. I took a pregnancy test and it came back positive at the doctor's. So I don't have pictures of it because it was just a little stick and I wasn't allowed to bring like phones in there. So I don't have proof of it. He's gonna have to take me with a grain of salt there. So I told Matt about it and he was not believing it. I had to take another pregnancy test at home to show him that it was real, which I would do anyway, but he didn't believe me. About a month and a half later, I had a miscarriage from the pills I had been taking. And this hurt a lot, but I wanted it to go away on my own terms. But obviously I couldn't have that. I was heartbroken. I fell into a depression again and it hurt a lot. And I didn't know what to do, so I contacted Matt about it, and he basically just said he didn't believe me and that I needed to stop lying about it. I actually went to therapy for this. This one was real. You go to therapy for about a month after you had a miscarriage here, so you can be stable and stuff. So I went to that. Now when I look back, I think he was probably being careful with what I was telling him, but it still meant a lot to me if we had talked about it. The miscarriage hit hard and I had to go to therapy for a few months to make sure I was okay after this. And I started taking stronger drugs to make sure I wasn't going to hurt myself or anything like that, because I have been self-harming in the past and still do to this day. Not letting me talk to friends. Now we get into something else. Matt wouldn't let me talk to a person who meant the world to me, and I understand why. But this person in question meant so much to me and gave me advice like no other one had, and other things, but Matt wanted me to talk to only him about everything. And even if he didn't tell me straight up for a long time that I couldn't be talking to this person, he made it very clear that I couldn't. I continued talking to this person for months because it didn't click in my head what was really happening. And Matt straight up told me to never talk to this person ever again. It was very hurtful for that but I had done the same to him. The girl he had cheated on me with still talked, so I told him not to talk to her anymore, and he retaliated. God, I can't speak today. This is so hard. It hurts to know that he still wanted to talk to her, and every time we would break up, he would start messaging her again. Me and this person stopped having contact too, because Matt pushed them away, so I don't have them in my life anymore. Rape. Okay, this one is going to be a little touchy because of the background behind it, but let's just get into it. So we had been dating for about 7 months, and we met up again. He brought his family to Sweden, and we stayed here. We were around each other all the time. We had fun and had a great time getting boba tea, etc. It was truly great. But one night when we were cuddling in bed, he asked me to do something with him, and ended up forcing me to do it, even if I didn't want to. Even when I said no, and he just told me, "What do you mean by no?" Now, he's saying it was in a joking manner, but I really didn't take it as such. And as a rape victim myself of a few years, this isn't a joke you make to a victim. He knew what happened to me, but he didn't care, so we continued. Obviously, I'm not going to get too much into it, so I'll just spare you the details, and I don't really want to talk about it too much. But I came crying down to my mom, and I messaged all my friends like, "Matt just did this, is this rape?" And they all were like, "Yes, that's rape, Lou, you gotta call someone." I didn't call anyone because I was really scared and stuff, so now I suffer from PTSD from it, and I don't know what to do about it, because I don't have any proof of him doing it more than him admitting to it. Pregnant. Again. After about 2 months, after meeting up with him, I started to feel sick again, and I thought, oh no. So I took a test and it came back positive. Me and Matt had broken up again, so I took him back, and I was going to tell him when things had calmed down between us, and it was going to be all cute and romantic, even though I knew he wouldn't want to keep it, but I thought I would take care of it instead. No miscarriages this time, so I stopped taking my pills. But when I got back with him, and I was going to tell him, of course, and I made a date for the next Friday, and we were going to watch a movie and such, but then he left me. Just one day after getting back together, he said he didn't love me anymore, so now I didn't want him to know. I was going to raise this baby without him knowing, and that was going to be final. But I, of course, tried to get him back. Of course I did. How couldn't I? I wanted a family with him, but nope, he was done for good and blocked me everywhere. Even after stating we were going to be friends. Now I was pregnant, dealing with a breakup, all alone. All my friends took his side and said I was horrible to him, in which they didn't know the whole story. And he was now contacting big YouTubers to make videos on me. So I contacted him on a separate account and told him about it. He didn't believe me, but told me to show proof, in which I did. And he called me and we started talking about it, what we're gonna do. But he ended up blocking me again. Now I needed closure, of course, and I pretty much begged him to come back because I needed his approval for the abortion I was gonna have and that he wanted me to have, but no response. Hacking. Okay. This one is completely on me, and I should have never done what I did. But I got his password to all of his accounts. He had sent it to me before, so I could log into them to check so he wasn't cheating again. I got his Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, and Instagram. I was super upset and really mad, and even now I feel guilty about it, but I got him into a call with his whole squad so we can call about it. And there, they recorded it, so it's somewhere on YouTube, obviously. But if you want to listen, just go Google it, I guess. I won't link it. I was super mad. Hormones was going everywhere and now I regret this so much. I need to take responsibility for what I did, of course. Like, hacking is illegal and he has already taken this to the police, and so have I, so we can somehow figure it out maturely. But every time I talk to him about it, he blocks me, so I don't know what to do about it, and I can't apologize since he won't forgive me for it. Talking. He got me into a private call after the big call and basically told me that he loved me and missed me so much and couldn't stop thinking about me. This made me so happy, and I asked him for forgiveness, in which he gave me. He also asked me to try again in the relationship, and we went on to play Stardew Valley. We had a great time and planned for the future. It was such a great thing, and after the call lasted like 2 hours, he said he loved me. This got my hopes up so high, and I was so excited. Like, we were gonna be together again, and this time I was gonna do the right thing, leaving again. After the call, about like a few hours, he said he couldn't do it anymore and left me again, all alone. I had a mental breakdown and asked all of his friends to please get him to call me. He had just said he loved me, and I thought it really meant something, but they refused. I didn't know what was going on. I was crying, I couldn't breathe. This man who said he loved me and wanted to be with me again had just left me, and now I had no one by my side. So that's why I'm making this video. Yesterday, I had an abortion because I couldn't handle the baby right now, and I'm only 16 and I'm clearly not ready. But if you're involved with this man, please be careful. I won't tell anyone not to associate with him, of course, and please don't harass him or hate on him. But he's not a good person to be around. Now, for me, I'm doing okay. I started therapy, and it's all gonna be okay. Thank you all for caring. And I know I've lied a lot in the past, and I'm so sorry, and a video will come up after that. But I just wanted to make this video as a little final thing before I'm making it my apology video and get out of drama. I see you in the next one. See ya!